later. I have to finish coloring this up in later. Alright guys, thank you everyone for the support. Yohase once again, thank you very much for subscribing. That's so awesome. So many subs, guys. I was just trying to break 150 subs the other day, and now we're on our way to our all-time sub record. Our all-time sub record's like 170-ish. So we're like 13 away. If you guys hit our sub record today, which I really don't think will happen, but if you find a way to hit our sub record today, which is like, I think 173, then we'll do something crazy. If you guys can suggest what we do, that's crazy, but we'll do something crazy. I don't know what, maybe like a 24-hour stream or something? Like a Christmas 24-hour stream? But you guys are really going pretty crazy already, so that'd be ridiculously crazy. But that's what we're talking about. We also have another donation, I think, which has just come in. Thank you very much, SC2 Fool, who donates $15 and says, keep up the great work with a heart. Thank you very much, SC2 Fool. Can we get some STI hearts in the chat, please, for SC2 Fool? Thank you very much for the $15. And please do pick a decoration color yourself as well in the chat. If I don't see it because the chat is a little bit busy today, feel free to just say it again and again until I eventually put you on the tree. During the break is probably best, obviously, because then I'll have a bit more of a chance to watch chat. Anyways, the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss player is Billowy. And he is going up against the red Zerg player to the top right-hand side of the map. It's Team Liquid Snute. And again, we do have a little bit of a match order change. After this game, we will have Snute versus Harstem instead of Harstem versus Billowy, which was our original plan. So that is what we're kind of going to be doing. So that's just a slight change up in the order of the last couple of matches, guys. Just a little bit of a pre-warning for you guys, just to let you know. And all matches will be played today no matter what, because the third place of this group gets extra OSC points, which does make just a little bit of a difference as well in the OSC rankings, which close on Sunday, I think. So they close on Sunday, so it really is one of your last chances this event to get OSC points, increase your seed position for the championship, for the finals coming up soon. Man, I'm gonna have like stuff all over my hands by the time I finish coloring this bauble. Twilight Council coming down early. We have seen a lot of DT based play actually recently in terms of openings in ZvP, and it looks as though this may be one of those right away right now. Already we see the Robo coming down as well. And I mean, you can go for Resonating Glaze for Robo. It's just not the most common way of opening at all, so it really isn't the most common way of setting up. Man, I'm so close to finishing coloring this bauble. It's giving me I'm getting obsessed over it. I'm gonna stop. Let it dry up a bit, otherwise I can't touch it enough. Anyways, Dark Shrine is coming on down here from Billowy. As I see the third hatchery coming in from Snute as well. So third hatchery coming in here from Snute, and well, a few Zerglings just going to keep on running across to this side of the map. So Feeling's going to run across here. A couple extra gateways coming down. I mean, again, Snute, when he sees this, I mean, with the amount I've cast this the last few days, I really have to imagine that Snute's probably played against this a lot the past few days as well. Cancelling the gateway is pretty cute, because it will delay the 4th DT from warping in a little while. And that's going to be a little bit of an issue, perhaps, for our Protoss player. So, Snute, a little bit of a small victory there. As you're going to see, the lair is on the way up. We're going to see the Rotron coming down as well here from Snute right now. So, just going to see this Rotron continue to come on in, and Snute just going to continue to move over to the right-hand side. Warpism will be finishing very, very soon. And I'm going to run over to the right-hand side as well. So, just setting up into this. And looking to see if we can get some damage done. So, Warpism going to move on over to the right. We're going to see this lair coming down, a few extra spores coming into play. And there is the DTs warping in. So, I mean, it's just going to be pretty well prepared. I mean, even if he loses a spore, his lair is not too far off. So, Overseers will be coming in too. But, I mean, he's got Lings and Queens in position, so he really shouldn't lose a spore crawler here. He should have no problem at all in defending this. So, looking as though he's looking as though it's all good for now. As we'll see Billowy begin to attack on in towards this third base. So, attack in towards the third base starting to happen, moving forwards here, and yeah, I mean, plenty of units in position already. Snute immediately targeting the Warp Prism as well, which is really nice to stop these DTs from being able to lift up and all the rest of it. Does he get that creep 2 minutes? No, he gets a swipe on it, but only one swipe. And they're just going to sit in between the base right now where there isn't detection, but again, Lair has finished, and so Overseer can come in very early to help finish this off. You can see this group of units going to come forwards now. And again, Queen just targeting down that warp because a little bit more damage being done. And just backing away now to the left-hand side a little bit. And you're seeing these, again, DT's just not able to do anything. Going to have to back away and come into Morph Archons. So finally going to Morph Archons. Actually very late to morph the Archons in. And just because he was trying to find more damage with the DTs, but just didn't get there. Going to be a third Nexus follow-up, and, well, actually that is maybe a little bit interesting because we haven't really seen a lot of third Nexus off of this build as of late. We've been seeing a lot of very aggressive, like, 8-gate follow-ups with either Blink, Charge has been a very popular way to follow up as well. Well, some players just go in 8 gates without even a Twilight Council upgrade. We've been seeing so many different ways of doing it. So to see actually a third Nexus coming down is nice, seeing a bit more of a macro-focused game. I'm going to be seeing this Warp Prism. Just going to load on up and move on over towards the third base now. Well, having a little bit of a think as to where exactly he might want to go. He's not 100% sure. Kind of left, right, and center all over the place here. Going to drop these Archons down again, and again, these Archons just trying to do a little bit more damage onto these Roaches. Queen's helping to snipe down an Observer there as well. And these few Zerglings from Snute just collecting together down to the bottom right-hand side. So a few of those Zerglings just collecting together, ready to protect this base from the potential Archon drop. I mean, there's not really anything there that's worth protecting now. I mean, even the Archons aren't going to do that much damage in this location. As they'll drop down again, the Roaches will split up and try and spread away. Nice Transfuse keeps one Roach alive. And again, so trading very well here against these Archons. I mean, sometimes you see Berserk players losing so much against these, and it's like super efficient. It puts the Protoss into a great place. But right now, all we're seeing is 3 Zerglings and a single Overlord loss. I would say that's a pretty impressive way to kick things off in this so far. So that's been going pretty well as we'll see these Archons still just going to move around the map. And Billowy will see what else he can get done with these over the next few minutes. These Queens just going to be injecting down onto the third base once again, and it's going to be seeing a Queen going to pull back in towards the main, also going to drop down a inject onto these couple of hatches. Spire is up, and we're going to see a few meters on the way from Snute, probably to help him shut down this Warp Prism. Not sure how many meters he'll really commit into. Really feel as though he's just going to be trying to pick off the Warp Prism here, push this away, and stop this harassment for now. But the Archons will actually protect the Warp Prism, so, well, that's something. I guess as the Ravagers and Lings come in underneath it, he'll be able to actually get rid of those Archons and hence can move a little bit further forwards with the Mutalisk and really chase this down a little bit more easily. So here we go, we're going to see these Mutalisk coming in. And there is the Warp Prism going down. The Archons inside of it still. And actually the rest of Billowy's army very far forwards here. Snute, his aggressive push forwards here, starting to get some damage done. Bane Nest is done. No Bane. Oh, there is Bane speed as well. Wow, Snute's very ready to play this kind of Ling Bane Ravager playstyle. So he's super ready to kind of play into this right now, as we'll see. Snute's just going to back away over to the right-hand side. So, yeah, interesting, actually. I mean, really nice little play by Snute. Cancels the 4th base. Obviously, with this kind of playstyle that Snute's playing, he wants to continue being aggressive, and he's going to come forwards now and set up a few more Banelings, I imagine, and look to maybe just even engage into this army from a couple of different angles could work out as well. 4 Mortals, Stalkers, and Sentries, a few Archons as well. That's what he was maybe missing in the army right there. I mean, the army composition is good from Billowy. He's getting charged up as well. More and more Mutas on the way, so Snute is going to commit into this, and he is going to try and go a little bit further with this one. But already, I mean, Billowy, he's seen some Mutalisks, so he's already going to have cannons in his main base mineral line. He's going to start building up a couple towards his 3rd base as well. And his, his composition is pretty good too. Blink Stalkers are up. They've got +1 attack already. They've got, he's got Archons mixed in here as well. It's not a bad composition for dealing with the Mutalisks. The question is, how easily can he do this? Because it's going to be very difficult to deal with the Mutalisks in multiple locations, while also fending off this army, which is obviously going to be trying to attack at the front at the same time. So I think the ideal thing would be to warp in some Stalkers defensively, and really just leave his main army at the front still, really utilize the cannons which he already has up, which is a big advantage. The shield upgrade is going to get cancelled here, and the shield upgrade is very, very useful against these units, because actually it helps out so much with the Archons and Immortals, which are going to be tanking and so on. So it actually makes a pretty big deal, pretty big difference. You see Lings coming in, killing off that Stalker there. And still just a little bit more damage looking to be done as his Mutas continue to push on forwards. Here we go. Actually just going to use the Mutas as part of the big fight. And we're going to see some good force fields keeping a few of the Banes away, the Roaches and Ravagers as well. But now the Sentries are out of energy for the most part. And Snute will probably just build up to go for another attack in the next few moments. Here we go. Splitting on up a little bit. Banelings are going to start rolling on in. We're going to see, oh my god, those Mulas taking so much damage. The Banes actually just going towards these Archons morphing. I think there's enough left over for Billowy still to keep on pushing forwards perhaps. Mutas coming in again. Stalkers continue to get picked away at. There's a few more Stalkers continue to drop here. These Stalkers blinking back a little bit too. Lings, Mutas, and these Ravagers all looking to kind of reposition themselves, as we're going to be seeing. The Mortals still just gathering up here. And, well, when the Mortals keep on going down, I mean, the Stalkers keep blinking back. Billowy, his supply overall is dropping in comparison to Snute. Snute's is rising. Billowy's is dropping. And, well, what is Billowy meant to do now? As we see more Ling Bane coming in, this aggressive play from Billowy, from Snute just keeps on coming at him. And I just don't know, I just don't know kind of how this, is going to end up. A few more Banes finishing up, and we're just going to be seeing these units still just gathering up together. A few more Mutas still coming into play. And a few more Banelings moving here from Snute as well right now. As they're coming over towards the left-hand side, Zealots and Archons. Going to set up here to try and get something done. A few of these Banes got setting up. Rolling in once again. Snute attacks in. Again, these Banes, I mean, he's dealing with the Banes pretty well. A few Zealots charge into them, which is a bit of a mistake. I think Billowy is just running out of units straight up right now. Snute, he's taking kind of good trades throughout this, and again, Billowy just not quite finding a way to shut this down. You can see that resource as well, so favorable for Snute here. He just does keep on spamming in units, and I guess Billowy, I kind of felt like his trades weren't so bad here. I sort of felt as though he was doing a pretty okay job for the most part in terms of cleaning this up and just, you know, dealing with this as it went on, but it seems as though Snute just a little bit too good. The muted mass a little bit too difficult to deal with, and it's a very frustrating composition to deal with, I imagine, you know, with Ling, Bane, Roach Ravager hitting the front and the mutas there as well, which can so easily just jump in towards the main base and pull units out of position. GG by Billowy, and Snute, he is going to be going 1-0 up in this bet. Let's jump into game number 2 of this as we kick things off. Snute and Billowy. And it is down a game in the top left-hand side of the map, the Blue Protoss player from Korea. Can he pull this back a little bit? Let's find out. It is Billowy here to the top left-hand side. And down to the bottom right, our red Zerg player is going to be from Team Liquid. It is Snute. SC2 Fool wants a gold bauble. And the gold ones are disappearing quickly, man. Like, we didn't have many gold ones. I think we've got like 2 gold. Only 2? We only have 2 gold ones left. So, if you want a gold one, get in there quickly, boys. Oh, gold was popular all along. Thank you very much again, SC2 Fool. I'll add you to the tree after this game so you can see the decorating of your bauble, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you for not making me colour it in black, though. I'm scared to disobey Harston, man. 12-month free sub. Imagine he stopped. It'd be a big loss to the stream if Harston was no longer sub, so we got to do as he demands sometimes. Keep him happy. Can't remember what else he demanded recently. I feel as though he's demanded a lot of things for being a sub lately. Anyways, we set on up here. I just trapped my fingers between my chair and my desk. That was why I made a really stupid noise. Ow. That actually kind of hurt. Oh, that really hurt. Alright, so we're going to be seeing this Nexus coming down here from Billowy. And we're going to be seeing the couple of extra, well, a couple of gates coming in as well. So 2 gates. Cybercore coming up. Pretty standard stuff in these early stages. Link speed on the way down. Hatch gas pool. And it is Echo. I mean, maybe we see Billowy playing something a little bit different now to kind of work his way through this, you know? So, yeah, just setting this up and looking to see how things go. How much is my rent? Says Stig in the chat. My rent's pretty much around the donation goal. Like, it's obviously it's only like office rent, so it's not like crazy expensive. It's about like $500-ish, I guess, overall. Per month. Which is pretty good. I mean, for the room I have, it's like really sick, and it's got really good internet. I can come in 24/7, you know, whenever I want to. I can talk pretty loudly and no one really cares because the walls are actually pretty well soundproofed. Like, you know, it's pretty sick. Like, it's really nice. It's in a really good place. It's really sick. But yeah, it's about the donation goal. I think there's going to be seeing these Zerglings coming in. We're going to be seeing this Adept. getting picked off here already. A few Zerglings coming around the right-hand side. I'm just going to be seeing the a little bit of harassment coming down by this Adept. It's just picking up information as you expected to early. Still making quite a lot of Zerglings though. He's going back into drones now, so he's made a lot of Zerglings early. I guess because there was the 2 Adepts, right? Because of the double gateway. So just making sure he wanted to, you know, had enough to kind of defend. This is always one of the advantages of the Protoss player when they go for something like this, the double gate. They can apply so much pressure and force so many units. It does put the Zerg actually, you know, in a pretty significantly crappy spot. Snute with a lot of minerals and gas in the bank, and we might just see a spam of roaches here. As he's got one more Overlord. He's not making any more drones, so I guess roaches are going to come out. He's got the lava. 8 roaches. Snute looking to be a bit more aggressive here in game number 2. So aggression from the get-go, 11 roaches total. And of course he will reinforce this with Zerglings. So he did again, he droned up a little bit after making the initial lings, which will help him kind of, you know, come in behind this, it will help him out kind of coming in behind this. So just these roaches just gathering up together. And there's a lair starting to morph in as well from Snute now. So lair starting to morph on in. You can see again the Twilight Council coming up, the Forge on the way as well here. And a couple more sentries just morphing in right now. As we're going to be seeing a couple of gateways are coming on down. So 3 gates over here, setting on up. I'm just going to be seeing the Zerglings on the way out. There's the lair coming down as we mentioned before, and again Zerglings up the left side. Actually going to get a single Adept kill. The other one shades away. It's actually just going to be sitting over here, and well, Billowy, he's going to have to go into defense mode almost immediately now. A couple of drones going down. Where is that? Over in here. Actually, a couple of Adepts still around. So Snute losing some mining time, but will attack on up in towards this 3rd base. Again, a lair behind this, so he's not completely committed to this attack right now. Now as we're going to be seeing the Lingers and Roaches just moving up here again. We're going to be seeing these sentries start taking just a little bit of damage. Some damage starting to be taken. As we see again, overcharges down. And these Roaches, Lingers and Ravagers just continuing to move on through, starting to target down these sentries once again. So sentries taking a little bit more damage once more. We're just going to be seeing a, well, again, a little bit more damage being done. So damage being done, a few more crows of bars dropping down, and we're just going to be seeing, well, Pylon is not going to go down just yet. If this Pylon went down, it'd be huge because it would empower everything at the frontier, more or less. Maybe not this gateway to the south, but it would empower the Robo facility, especially, which when you're producing Immortals against a Roach Ling all in, is pretty useful to still keep alive, right? So next Immortal's about to pop. The first one still isn't dead. He's going to chase it down now. So he finally kills one. It's still alive here at the back. 13 kills finally going down. Lings will stream and try and get this one to the left-hand side now also. Now Snute, he's killed 15 workers so far, but still behind in work count. So he still needs to do more damage with this. But it's looking good for him. I mean, he's breaking through and more probes going down. And Billowy, does he just not have the army supply anymore? It doesn't look as though he does. A few more Lings streaming in here. I'm going to see one more probe going down as well. And, well, we're just going to be seeing these couple of Roaches. Just going to be, sorry, a couple of Zealots going down too. It's not going to be enough for Billowy. Not just yet. One more Immortal does pop out. And, well, does it make the difference? I mean, it'll help a lot against the Roaches, but does it do enough against the Zerglings? He starts resonating glaives amongst all of this. Like, he feels as though he can still hold on. So he's feeling pretty confident. This warp-in is a slow warp-in, though, and that's actually a pretty big deal. They should have been ready already, these Zealots. Instead, they're just still warping in, and that slows him down immensely. Snute's army supply is starting to dwindle. It's only these last few Zerglings. That's all he has left. 47 drones to 37 probes. I might get a few more here in the main base. I mean, Billowy's still set up on 3 bases, though, right? So it's not all bad for him. It's not all bad for him. I'm just going to be seeing these Zerglings getting cleaned up, and that will be that. I'm just going to be seeing these, a few more of these units just gathering together on the natural expansion. Spire is about 20 seconds away from completing. I'm just going to be seeing this evolution chamber coming up as well. Evolution chamber, a couple more hatcheries coming in. War Prism is on the way out of this Robo facility right now. So War Prism on the way out of this Robo facility. Snute just going to have a creep tumor continue to come over to this left-hand side a little bit, trying to connect up between his bases while also pushing forwards. It's a bit of a weird one. Actually, no creep at all between his natural and fair. It's a pretty short distance. It doesn't... I mean, I say it's not that important, but actually it kind of is, because it's a pretty crucial point of the map where, you know, a lot of players will gather armies here to defend main attacks coming in this direction. So not have creep there is sort of intriguing. But for now, well, 51 to 51 workers. Snute's still slightly in the lead there. Army supplies are pretty... I mean, the game in general is actually evening up pretty decently. But we're going to see more and more meters coming out, and this is going to be Snute's follow-up once again. It was the play, which really puts Snute into a pretty great position here at the start of, back in game number 1. So let's see what these mutas are going to be able to do now here in game number 2. Already cannons are set up, though, again, especially towards his third base, so it's going to be intriguing to see if Snute can find gaps in the defense to really, well, take advantage of and to really push himself into a better position with. This War Prism here still coming down this south side, and again a few mutalisks just moving around towards the main base, looking to see if they can find an opening to pick away. Add a few more probes, add a cannon or whatever else. A couple of depths just going to start dropping down here in the natural expansion, and well, they get cleaned up pretty decently. No real issue there at all from Snute. Forces an overcharge, backs away, loses a mutalist. That's the first mutalist going down, if I'm not mistaken. So that's the first mutalist he's lost. What's the resources lost like? Much better for Snute. It's been an interesting game. Obviously, Billowy was way ahead in income because of the fact that Snute cut workers to go for an all-in. You can sort of see that's where Snute had this big army supply lead, right? So Billowy had a big income advantage. Snute definitely did enough damage to come back. Lost a lot of army while doing so. I'd say in general the game begins to even up right now, you know. Snute doesn't have that much of an army supply advantage, and his army supply, his army tech is pretty low. Like, a lot of this is just Zerglings and so on. So having a bit of a supply lead isn't surprising. And he's only a few workers ahead, so the income lead is not too different. As those mutas join up together, and just going to be attacking up this right-hand side in towards the natural expansion of Billowy in the next few moments. So moving forwards here, these mutas looking for a way in. And it's just momentarily they're actually doing a little bit of damage, picking away at that pylon. A few more Zerglings continue to pop on out, a few more mutas continue to come into play also. Templar Archives coming down now from Billowy. So setting up into that Templar Archives, and again, more mutalisks continue to roll on in. We're pushing forwards with a few of these. I love the wall from Billowy just to try and stay very safe on these 3 bases against a kind of a big, well, just a big attack in general. More mutas still being made. Snute really committing into this time around. Mutaling going to be his composition. So I do feel Snute is in a pretty strong position with this. Really has the map control. Billowy is obviously already kind of afraid about moving out at all and being attacked. So he's just going to sit back on 3 bases for so long. And I mean, for Billowy, he just sort of has to build a kind of mega death ball-y sort of army. Otherwise, he's just going to find himself in a lot of issues. So I'm going to see another High Templar or 2 Wolfen in here. We're going to see the Storm is there and ready to kind of come up into play as well. There's a lot of these mutalisks still just gathering up together from Snute and just looking to get further damage done. Even if he comes in from like the right-hand side or something, picks off a Stalker or so. I mean, even there, trying to get a Stalker. Nice blink back. Good defense by Billowy in that position. More Lings still coming on in. More mutas continue to come up as well. And Snute still just collecting these units together. Over on this left-hand side, going to come in. He's going to get rid of one of these cannons already. So one of these cannons goes down, and Snute just going to be pulling back in towards the center once again. Storm's still on the way up, being chrono boosted again here. And still just units moving around. Snute, how many of these mutas has he got now? Like 40? 30. He's got 30 mutalisks. Mutalisks really have been the play of the day from Snute, winning game number 2 against Gumiho with the mutalisks as well. It's been an interesting one, as we're going to be seeing these mutas moving around still from Snute. Going to be seeing Stalkers, Archons, a few High Templar, a few Sentries just moving forwards. And again, a few more Zerglings just setting up here. Banelings as well, starting to morph in from our Zerg player. So many Banelings actually right now from Snute. I mean, this is obviously the composition we're expecting to play, so he's just getting ready now. I mean, he's been spending all of his gas so far on mutalisks, and now he doesn't need to spend any more gas on mutas. He's going to start making sure he has enough on the ground to defend. And, well, again, we get Billowy. Does he have the composition he needs to really fight against this? Can he take this and make the kind of proper engagement with it? Well, let's find out. We're going to see Lings and Banes coming around the top side, perhaps. Having a little bit of a think as to what they might be able to do here. As here we go. Still positioning. Still Lings, Banes to the south side as well. So we're going to start moving forwards. Here we go, a couple of force fields coming down. There's actually a few Banes, find a little bit of a gap here. Storms to the top right will get rid of a lot of Banes before they connect in. I mean, Snute is actually going to be losing quite a lot here before it does too much, but it's just the mutas in the sky as well, still doing so much damage. The Stalkers are going down. Too many mutalisks, GG, and Snute is going to take game number 2.